Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Skyrim. Sleeping Giant Inn. How about that? Okay, so yeah. Between episodes, I went in and I lowered the graphic settings to the lowest possible level, and it does feel like it's running a little better. Um, Let's see, what does Task Manager say? Task Manager says no change. So that's concerning. Because I reduced it down to the lowest possible settings, and apparently that's still not enough for me to run Skyrim along with, record, apparently, according to it. So basically, I'm looking at Task Manager and I'm seeing, like, hey, the freaking, hang moss, use wood chopping block. Oh, that thing. What? Why is there a space? This is the wood chopping block. Why is this also the wood chopping block? It's not that this is just taking priority because there's a space right here. In between. I don't even know what's going on there. But anyway, so the issue is that when I'm looking at Task Manager, it tells me that my CPU is running at 100%. And when it's running at 100%, that is usually a bad thing. So, well, that was neat. I assume this is how you would, like, normally get wood or something. And then it goes. Since apparently that whole, like, wood piles thing is from, one of the mods. And it splits it open and it drops it right over there. Nice. Cool. Can't load another log right now. Okay. But okay. Apparently I was over here. I was trying to interact with this wood down here. Oh, that's interesting. The log that I put down there isn't... What was the point in that then? If that's not how you... Okay, I'm sure there's some point to that, and if I were to do enough stuff, I could probably figure it out. So there is this, where if you hit F, you can go into, like, third-person mode, and I do think this is cool. I'm not sure how, like, playable the game is in third person. Like, I know that there are some games that offer, like, a third-person mode where people will be like, yes, you should absolutely be playing this, purely in third person, Whereas other games, it's like, yes, there is this third person mode, but it's really janky, and I don't recommend it. And and then there's also some of the like games where third-person mode exists, but like it's technically like a cheat code, and so it's really janky in that case. I am harvesting cabbages. I don't know why, but they are here. I can harvest them. I am sure there is purpose. Speaking of potatoes, I was playing FF14 today, and I got on to FF14, and I haven't touched my island sanctuary in weeks. And I was like, oh, I should really like do that. So I got in and looked at my island sanctuary, and freaking potatoes were the only crop out of the like 4 croplands I had that I had enough seeds to like keep regrowing and regrowing and regrowing. And so I had like 20 some odd like cabbage and stuff like that I got. But you can set it to like auto harvest and then replant. And apparently I had enough potato seeds that I got like 100 potatoes. And I was just like, okay. I don't know, it was funny to me, so.
In any way I can. But I need your help. We need your help.
Take gift. Okay. I guess I'll just take all of it or something.
The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt.
Talk to Elvor, talk to the Jarl of Whiterun. Do you have any supplies I could take? I'm pretty sure he just gave me a bunch. Can you tell me about the Jarl?
Balgruuf, he rules Whiterun Hold. A good man, perhaps a bit overcautious, but these are dangerous times. So far, he's managed to stay out of the war. I'm afraid it can't last.
Which side in the war does he favor?
I don't think he likes either Ulfric or Elisif much. Who can blame him? But I've no doubt he'll prove loyal to the Empire in the end. He's no traitor.
You support the Empire then? Who's Elisif?
Ah, I forget you're new to Skyrim. Jarl Elisif, I should say. Although only because she was married to Jarl Torik when he was murdered. Ulfric murdered Torik, walked right into his palace in Solitude and killed him. Shouted him to death, if you believe the stories. That's what started this whole war. The Empire couldn't ignore that. Once the Jarls start killing each other, we're back to the bad old days.
Alright. What can you tell me about Riverwood?
Murder's family first settled here as woodcutters a few generations ago. She and Hod run the mill. I make a decent living sharpening axes, fixing the sawmill.
I don't suppose there's a mod that can, like, up the volume of the game? It's really quiet for some reason. But I have it max, like, at max volume.
I see no harm in it, if you have the skill.
I use a forge.
The grindstone will improve your weapons. Use the table to improve your armor.
Cool.
If you've got the raw materials, you can use the forge to make something new.
Cool. What do you think about the war?
People are rightly stirred up about the damn Dalmor being allowed to roam around arresting people. just for worshipping Talos. But was it worth tearing Skyrim apart and maybe destroying the Empire? No. Ulfric will have a lot to answer for in the end. Nords have always supported the Empire, and the Empire has always been good for Skyrim.
Why are the Thalmor allowed to arrest people for worshipping Talos?
From that treaty that ended the Great War, remember? When the Emperor was forced by the Thalmor to outlaw Talos worship. We didn't pay much attention to it when I was a boy. Everyone still had their little shrine to Talos. But then, Ulfric and his sons of Skyrim started agitating about it. Sure enough, the Emperor had to crack down, dragging people off in the middle of the night. One of the main causes of this war, if you ask me.
Alright. It's positive.
Like I said, I'm glad to help in any way I can. Help yourself to whatever you need, within reason.
Okay. That's just that.
Until next time.
Did you really see a dragon? What did it look like? Did it have big teeth?
Hush, child. Don't pester your cousin.
Search the chest. I can steal. So I'm seeing that this is red, right? So that I'm assuming that's like stealing. So I assume that means I can take the gold, but I think I'd rather not, just in case.
Did you really see a dragon?
I am a dragon. What do you think? I'm gonna take the coin purse, I guess.
Hobbs isn't too friendly with strangers, but you seem alright.
It does feel a little, like, odd. Like, controlling in third person.
Make yourself at home.
Make yourself at home, she says, after I wake her up in the middle of the night. What do you think about the war?
The war doesn't come to Riverwood. There's enough trouble in the world without those stormcloaks stirring up more.
Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Back out to Skyrim then. Auto saving. I can like zoom out a little bit, which is neat. Like I can zoom in and out with the camera there, it seems, so that's nice. Sleeping Giant Inn. So I guess I need to go.
Are you listening?
Hard not to.
The ale is going bad. We need to get him into
Bring
action.
to our youth, today's come and gone.
Did you hear me?
The age of aggression
ale's going
is
bad.
just about
I guess you
done.
don't have potatoes in your ears after all. Just make sure we get a fresh
Drive
batch
out
in.
the storm cloaks and restore
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything.
blood
Or
and
take a seat by the fire and I'll set someone over.
our
Aye, we can get that for you. We just finished the timber for this
down
cabin.
with Ulfric, the killer
Or
of
maybe
kings.
with
On the
business.
day
But it's
of
hard
your
on
death,
families.
we will drink and
A hard
we will
truth,
sing.
that is. Let's drink to the fallen ones.
Of Skyrim, and we fight all our lives. Southern Guard beckons.
I still need you to make a
Of us
batch of those fried
dies.
potatoes. Serve them with the ale.
Yep.
Cheery song there, friend.
Let me
It's
guess.
ours, and we'll
Get
see
to
it
it.
wiped clean.
Don't
The
I
scourge
always?
that has sullied
I don't suppose
our
I can
hopes
convince
and
you to take care of it now.
No.
Very cheery song.
I should have guessed.
There's a lot going on. Unlock a wardrobe. Hi,
Where's
Dolphine.
that visitor been poking around?
Heard any rumors
Word
lately?
is Ulfric Stormcloak escaped from the Imperials. The war is only going to get worse now.
Interesting. Very
mean-
interesting.
It's my business to keep track of strangers.
Apparently I can attempt to steal from the chest. So I think it would be best if I didn't do that. Goodbye, lady.
You've had more
That was
than enough.
that was funny.
You still haven't paid.
It's just slam the door in her face.
Named Ragnar the Red came riding to Whiterun from Mordor.
Until then.
I'm allowed to do that. I'm a girl.
Get along, Black swagger
Right?
as he told of the
Right?
vows and gold he had made.
I'm allowed to just, slam the door in people's faces. Alright, well, let's wander a bit. I guess. Not entirely sure where I'm meant to be going right now. I think they said Whiterun. But I'm not sure where that is. Oh, up here? Dragon's Reach. Is that Whiterun? White Watchtower. I guess? Oh, yeah, White. There, I see. Okay. The entrance is over here, but I need to go to the castle that's in there, and the castle is called Dragon's Reach. Got it. Okay. Well, we have a marker on our map here that tells us where to go. So I guess we'll start going. And we'll just kind of Breath of the Wild this a bit and, explore while we go. I feel like I'm supposed to be able to read these signs. Whiterun that way, it says. Okay. Yeah, it's because, some of these aren't white. So, I assume that's saying... Well, I mean, is that saying to take that path or that path? Or do they both, meet in the end so it doesn't matter? I mean, this goes to this, which I guess is a Bleak Falls Barrow. So I think it's trying to tell me to take that path. Bleak Falls Barrow might not necessarily be bad. It's probably not where I want to immediately go. Though, maybe it is, since they pointed it out kind of early on. I thought it was a monster. I didn't realize it was just a deer. Oh, frick! That's a monster. Sort of. It's a wolf, so not technically a monster. Oh. I guess I got a crit or something. I think that's what that is. I'm getting a crit, so it does a cool cutscene for it. Let's see. Also, I figured out... Well, I was gonna say, I figured out I could, navigate this map a little, differently. But, actually, no, I don't have a clue how to, navigate this. Let's see. Visual stats. I figured out that I can, scroll up and down, which I hadn't realized. I thought I could only, select things here. I didn't realize that it, scrolls up and down. I had to discover that because I could not find where the quit button was. And it turns out it is further down here. So that's why I couldn't find it. So, I don't suppose there's a mod that makes the game louder by chance. Probably. Oh yeah, I can't add mods from here anyway. I know there's a a rest feature somewhere. I have zero clue what I'm doing. I have absolutely no idea how this game plays. So, System tab, quick inventory, wait. The T button. Also, okay. It says shift to run, but I guess I have auto run on. I guess. So what, it's 12 o'clock right now? If I like do a wait, it'll progress to like 8. And then we can see like, you know, the world but brighter. You can actually like see stuff. I don't know, I kind of like this. Like third person. You know. Especially if like doing certain stuff is gonna, you know, pull you out anyway. You know, pull you out of first person anyway. Like I think that it might be kind of fun to see if I can like, you know, do this in, you know, third person. So I'm gonna try, like, for this episode, just playing it in third person. Just because, I don't know, I like this. I like how this feels. I don't know if it makes the game harder. People can, you know, comment down below and let me know. Also, one thing is that I know that this game is long. So I am more than likely going to be doing like hour-long episodes for this series. The first one was hour like 20 or something like that. Because I always go over my like time in the first episode. But I think I'm gonna try to do like hour-long episodes, more or less. I assume that's Whiterun up there. So that shouldn't be too difficult. That said, there's a lot of stuff that I'm like picking up that I'm not sure what is. But I know that I do have limited inventory space. So I should...
You need to sample some of the finest mead in Skyrim. You're in the right place.
I should probably try to find some kind of shop. And I'm going to assume that said shop is going to be in Whiterun. Like, I should probably find a shop to, you know, sell some of my stuff. So I think I'm going to try going over here, because I assume this is where Whiterun is. I gotta say, this game doesn't look too terrible for being such an old game. Which I'm sure that a lot of people will say... I'll either get a lot of people agreeing, like, yeah, this game doesn't look terrible, or I'll get a lot of people being like, this game looks horrible nowadays, what are you talking about? You know, because I know that there's a lot of people out there that like, and maybe I'm just old, and so this is just a thing that doesn't really matter to me, but like, I get so tired of, like, I'm watching a video, you know, of a game or something, and the people are just, the people playing the game are just like, this game looks terrible, it looks ugly as sin. I'm just like, dude, it's an old game, what do you expect, you know? Like, maybe that's just me, but this looks good for its time, you know? Like, it doesn't look... I'm sorry. Yes, there are some games that look terrible, and looked terrible even back in those days, you know? But, like, this game does not... This game does not look to me like it is a super old game. It looks pretty good. And even still, like, I don't know why I'm picking all this stuff up. I probably shouldn't be. But 280 out of 325. I don't know. I look at games like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. And Ocarina of Time does not look great. It did not look great even back then. I'm gonna be honest. There were a lot of games that looked better than Ocarina of Time did. Around the same time as Ocarina of Time's release. So, Cat, you have my headphones. Thank you. My freaking cat was climbing on me, which is fine. Cat can climb on me just fine. I'm not going to complain. But, oh my god. Cat. Always with the tail. Freaking knocking everything over. Caught his foot in my freaking headphones, and I could not get them free, and he started freaking out because I was touching his feet. So, but I don't know. I guess that's one thing that comes from, when I started video gaming, the NES was the console, So, I have been through every single video game console. I mean, when I started gaming, the NES was the console that was out, but what I actually, got a chance to play was freaking... I don't know if anybody even knows what these words mean, but I used to play on the Commodore 64. Freaking one of the old PCs that wasn't even 8-bit, basically. If you want to talk about bad graphics, freaking that Commodore 64 had bad graphics. But freaking, that's what I grew up on, was, ancient PC games, Nintendo Entertainment System, Super Nintendo Entertainment System. I was 8, 9? I forget. I don't remember if the Nintendo 64 came out.
It's true. A jester, funny suit and all. Just north by the Loria's farm. Fool had a coffin in a cart with a broken wheel. I'd like to see him laugh his way out of that.
Well, sounds like you've had quite the journey, Uthgar. But you were gone longer than usual. I got to thinking maybe you weren't coming back.
You sound like my ma. Figured I was lying dead in a field somewhere. Is that it?
Thought did cross my mind, yeah. War brewing, talk of a riot in Helgen. That now jesters. Skyrim's gone mad, girl. You need to be careful.
Careful, huh? Thanks, Skullbar. I'll remember that. Yeah, right.
I guess, and I don't know if it's just because, again, like I said, I grew up in, the day and age of, massively low graphics, always, but it's just, when I hear people look at, modern games, when people when people look at modern games and they're like, I won't play that. That game doesn't look good. I'm like, really? Like, it's lagging. It's one thing if you're having lag like I'm having, you know. And even then, I mean, freaking, maybe that even kind of doesn't matter to me just because freaking I grew up in the days when that kind of thing was common. You know, like, people talk all the time about, like, frame dropping being an issue in video games. I'm just like, that's literally always been a thing and will always be a thing. Get over it. You know, like, it's not that bad. You know? Like, it has been a thing since video games began. There are many video games that are considered to be some of the best video games that have massive frame drops constantly. Heard you've been running into trouble along the road.
It is all in this note.
Resade's note on bandit attacks. Good job, Cat. Items above the divider line belong to the vendor. Items below the line belong to you. Buy or sell an item, select it, and press E. Okay, so this is what he has. And then down here is what I have. So he has 788 gold. So that's that's something else I should probably keep in mind. Is that I can't just offload everything, you know, always, right? So also there's this weird like thing with I can go through here and like mouse control, but also I can keyboard control, and it kind of does some like weird stuff. Okay. Value is 8 for the shield. Value is 11. Yeah, it's fine to sell the hide shield because I have the iron shield. So, this is a value of 0. This is a value of 0. This is a value of 3. This is a value of 52. Also, one of those, I know this isn't benefiting me at the moment, but I'm going to assume that it will at some point. So, a blessed iron sword. Is that better than my normal? Damage 8, weight 9, value 78. Undead up to level 3. Flee for 30 seconds. Interesting. I'm a little confused. Iron Mace of Chills. Target takes 5 points of frost damage to both health and stamina. Interesting. Also, is the Iron Mace is that much better? Just in general? Than my sword? That's interesting. Oh yeah, these are all stuff that I sold too. Those... Oh! I read this as Hide Helmet of Minor Alchemy. But then I saw bows do 15% more damage, and I was very confused. I was like, what does alchemy have to do with bows? Wow. That's amazing that I totally missed that. Magic regenerates faster. How much gold do I have? It doesn't tell me. Or it does and I'm just not seeing it? Oh, yes, it does. I'm just not. I just wasn't seeing it. I have 270. That's what it is. Okay. I don't know that I need any of this stuff, to be honest. Heretical Thoughts, Saints and Seducers, and the Blessing of Sheogorath. Fishing map for the Rift, fishing map for Solstheim. Interesting. Boy's Yellow Tunic, Cast Iron Pot, Child Doll, Common Soul Gem, Garnet, Girl's Yellow Dress. I don't suppose there's like a transmog or glamour or something of that nature, like feature, where you can like, I mean, I imagine not, because that seems like it'd be pretty like advanced for this day and for this age. But like, so that I can like have one set of gear, but then like wear something else.
An astute question, for we are far from home, and this is a cold, hard land. The wise trader finds the best opportunities, even if he must travel far to find them. Skyrim is a ripe opportunity indeed. The dragons and the war have scared many other traders away. But for those with courage, there is much profit to be made.
Alright. I'm curious about your homeland.
Hail from a distant land called Elsewhere, bordered in the north by Cyrodiil, in the south by the glistening blue waters of the sea. Elsewhere is an arid land of deserts and rocky canyons, where the sun shines warmly, always. There are cities so ancient, the sands have swallowed them whole. But now I will say no more, for I miss my home greatly.
What is it with video games and cat races all being from the desert?
Warm sands, friend. How may this one serve you?
Do you believe on this talk of dragons?
The wind blows bitter
Creation
cold
wants
in this
truly have
place.
returned. The longer we travel the roads of Skyrim, the more empty this land seems.
Can you train me to sneak?
They'll never see you coming.
Okay. So it costs 300 gold to train one level.
I hope that you will come to do business with us again.
We are fortunate. We travel lightly and can escape at a moment's notice. We have no home that the dragon can burn to the ground.
So look at me, I'm sneaking. Let's see. They said something about, and crap, this is why I'm gonna have to look at the controls again. Where was the freaking quest? This is what I was looking for. Spoke to Resade, traveling caravan merchant, about trouble along the road. He handed me a note that has more details. Talk to the strange jester. So I track that, and then what does that do for me? Like, right? Like, am I tracking that? Pay for journal. Seem to be, like, it's marked it as tracking. This way. Oh, I see. Is he inside Whiterun itself? Is that the idea?
We should offer discounts to the soldiers.
think he's here somewhere. Oh, no, he's way up here. Okay. I will do that later then, I guess. Join the Imperial Legion? I don't even know where that is. Oh, that's way up there? I just want to freaking... Wow, it wants me to go all the way up here for that one. Good grief. Escaped both my execution and a dragon attack at Helgen. I now have my freedom to do as I see fit. Oh, okay. I think that's like the previous chapter. Find equipment, escape Helgen. Okay. Oh, am I... Oh, is this like you can track multiple things? Is that what that's trying to tell me? I'm so confused. I'm not gonna lie. I locate the Saints Bandit Camp and the Seducers Bandit Camp. As soon as this goes away so I can raid, roads have been unkind to this one. Plagued by outlaws along the route from Whiterun to Markarth. Gods travel with Resaid, yes, but they are ill-equipped to deal with one such as this. They wield strange golden weapons and wear gleaming armor, I think. Risad has read of such things only in stories. Their encampment is found just west of North Bristleshin Pass. Each time they set upon us, they shout, "The Saints would like to browse your wares today." The brutes steal mostly trinkets and oddities, no matter how cheap this one knows them to be. Then, they allow Resaid to go on his way. Resaid has not yet fought back. While it has harmed this one's coin purse, it is not worth a life. Resaid has heard of another gang patrolling the roads further north, calling themselves the Seducers. They are known for their menacing dark armor. Skyrim grows more perilous by the day. They are known to camp along the road west of Fort Kastav. This one would pay handsomely to any who would help. Risad fears for any who might come to harm at the hands of these worrisome pests. Alright. Interesting. So, I've got to find the Saints Bandit Camp and the Seducers Bandit Camp. Do I have any idea where that is telling me to go? Because supposedly I am tracking this. If I'm to understand correctly. But maybe I'm not. I don't understand how this works. If I mark just that, then can I, like, am I tracking at this? I'm so confused. I legitimately have no idea what I'm looking for or anything on this map. Okay. That's the Seducers up here, apparently. I don't know where the other one is marked, though. I kind of wish that it, like... I mean, maybe there is a way, and I just don't understand. Okay. Well, that was interesting. So it brought me to the Seducers Bandit Camp when I did that. Okay. Okay. There is a way to, like, make it direct you to the marker. So, okay. That's what I was confused about, was if there was a way to do that, and there is. So, okay. I mean, for now, I guess we'll just make our way wherever it is wanting us to go right now with the Jarl. Am I in Whiterun or am I outside of Whiterun still? Like, this looks like a town. Oh, but here's like a gate. This might be the castle.
City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only.
Riverwood calls for the Jarl's aid. Will this change your mind? 72 gold. I have news from Helgen about the dragon attack. Stand aside or else. Riverwood calls for the Jarl's aid.
It's in danger too. Better go on in. We'll find the Jarl in Dragon's Reach at the top of the hill.
Maybe that person has official business.
One of those horrors comes here. We'll be ready.
I was about to make the comment like, she just walked in. Like, did she have official business? Maybe she did. Maybe that person did have official business.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorland Greymane for help?
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak. Besides, Greymane would never make steel for the Legion.
Have it your way. I'll take the job, but don't expect a miracle.
Alright. I'm assuming that is a quest I can do if I go in there. I mean, this is definitely looking more town-like than what I was going through. So that's neat. Wah! Frame lag. Did I ever finish what I was saying earlier about, like, graphics and stuff?
I didn't mean it. I'm sorry I asked.
I don't actually know.
I ain't done nothing.
Are you always drunk?
If I can help it. But damn if I ain't almost sober. Hey, in the Bannered Mare, there's this bottle of argonian ale. The good stuff. Get it for them. They won't even know it's gone. Come on.
I'm not gonna feed your bad habit. I'll bring you that ale, old man.
Argonian ale. I can almost taste it.
Steal the Argonian ale. I mean, do I have to steal it? Can I not just buy it?
For sale. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
A gold necklace. It's all jewelry. Okay. That's not beneficial. I like that people just sell lockpicks. That is not... I don't even know what button that is. There's a best blacksmith in Skyrim.
I can tell you're new around here asking a question like that. My husband, Eorland, tends the Skyforge up at Burlasker. The Companion's Mead Hall. Oh, there's no finer smith in the Nine Halls. You should ask him about his work. It's the only subject that'll get him talking. Well, that and maybe those stuck-up, dung-sniffing battle-borns.
Where's your Vusker?
Head up the steps from the market and look to your right. Can't miss it. My husband, you should ask him. Well, that and maybe...
Not so easy to just skip through dialogue.
Don't even get me started on that lot. They put on airs like there's something special. Oh, sure, they've got money, but they ain't got a shred of honor between them. Greymane. Now that's a name fills you with pride. We've got roots in Whiterun. We've got history.
Hmm.
You take care of yourself now.
Bernard Mare. Let's see.
I'm sure they would love to trade in your husband's steel. Plenty of people here need your luck.
Kind of wish there was a mini map, but I mean, maybe there's a mod that adds that, and I just don't know it.
The Imperials silence us because they fear us. They are cowards. Cowards and fools who have forgotten the truth.
Why was Talos worship outlawed?
Because the so-called Emperor is a coward. That's right, I said coward. Oh yes, he agreed to banish the worship of Talos at the tip of an Aldmeri sword. They called it
A white gold concordant.
well, I call it blasphemy. The true son of the Empire would never have turned his back on our greatest hero. Not at any price. Well, let me tell you something, friend. Cyrodiil is a long way from here. Skyrim, you never forsake mighty Talos.
Aren't you worried you'll be arrested?
Let them come. I have no fear, for Talos is my ally, and I am his prophet. His word is upon my lips, his voice in my throat.
What can you tell me about
Oh,
Talos?
my friend, if you seek knowledge about mighty Talos, you have most certainly come to the right person. In mortal life, Talos was a Nord, possessed of unmatched tactical skill, limitless wisdom, and the power to see into men's hearts. Talos mastered the power of voice, and with it he united the lands of men into a great empire. In southern lands, he was known by the name Tiber Septim.
Tiber Septim.
Here in Skyrim, we honor him by his proper Nord name. So great was his reign in life. When he ascended to the heavens, he was made Lord of the Divines. If you want to know more, I am sure you can find any number of tomes on the subject. May Talos guide you, always.
Alrighty. Alrighty. I think this is the place I'm looking for. Dragon's Reach. I'm really gonna have to like see if there's a mod or something that can like increase the volume. Like, I don't know, like, is it quiet for you guys too? Because I really feel like I am struggling to hear the voice acting. And I have this freaking, like, if you go into system, and I go into settings, and I go into audio, like, freaking, I have the voice volume all the way up. And then, if I go out of the game, into freaking, the freaking volume mixer, even the game there is at max volume. So, like, I feel like I can't hear this game at all.
What's the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgrup is not receiving this.
I have news from Helgen about the dragon attack. Elvor sent me Riverwood is in danger. There's definitely some issue with, like, mouse control versus keyboard. News from Helgen.
Well, that explains why the guards let you in. Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes?
Yes, I had a great view while the Imperials were trying to cut off my head. Dragons destroyed Helgen, and last I saw it was heading this way. A great view while they were trying to kill me.
You're certainly forthright about your criminal past, but it's none of my concern who the Imperials want to execute, especially now. What I want to know is what exactly happened at Helgen.
Well, the Imperials were about to execute Ulfric, then the dragon attacked. The dragon destroyed Helgen, and it was coming this way.
Irileth was right. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains.
The Jarl of Falkland will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not...
I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my lord.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service. I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem.
Hey, cool. Now I think... First off, I don't even know what I just got. I actually have no idea what he just gave me. Not a clue. Oh, so this is it the studded Imperial armor that he gave me? Because I don't remember having that before. But also, I think this was one of the things in the mods, if I recall. It was like, it like pauses the main story here or something. Firstly, after telling the Jarl about the dragon, you're paid. That's it. No upper quest, no quest marker. Just play the game how you want. Choose to help. If you choose to offer help to Farengar, he will send you to Bleak Falls Barrow. Okay.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
Let's see. Why do you think Ulfric killed the High King?
No doubt. He thought it was the only way to make his point. And also, because he knew he could.
Whose side are you on?
The war you referred to. I'm on the side of Whiterun. No doubt General Tullius and his friends in the Empire will tell you that I owe them my loyalty. And perhaps I do. Ulfric Stormcloak would say that I owe my allegiance to the Nord people as they fight for Skyrim's independence. Perhaps this is also true. The day might come when I am forced to draw my sword for one side or the other. But that day has not come yet.
How can you protect Whiterun from the dragons?
With good planning and constant vigilance. Even now, my court wizard, Farengar, continues his research into ways we might drive back these terrors. We must also have ample reserves of water to combat the fires that will surely spread after an attack. But our greatest weapon? Courage. For if we cannot kill the beast, we must at least have the tenacity to drive it back. Until brave heroes step forward to destroy these monsters, that is the best we can do. Now, if you don't mind, I've got a city to keep.
Alrighty.
I need but a moment of your time.
You've got 60 seconds. Go.
Well, it's your son, Melkor. The boy has been acting increasingly peculiar. More so than normal, I mean. Something really should be done.
Ventus, you're my steward. Your job is to offer me counsel. This is not counsel.
As you say,
This is not council.
What is it that you need?
So I'm going to... I do seem to recall something about Forengar. I think this might be him. I'm standing on nothing? That's hilarious. Yeah.
Come to Dragon's Reach to discuss the ongoing hostilities, like the rest of the great warriors?
Let's see. Are you researching the dragon?
Of course.
Do you need any help?
Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there.
Alright. Well, where am I going and what am I fetching? What does this have to do with dragons? Just tell me what you need me to do.
Ah, no mere brute mercenary, but a thinker. Perhaps even a scholar? You see, when the stories of dragons began to circulate, many dismissed them as mere fantasies, rumors, impossibility. One sure mark of a fool is to dismiss anything that falls outside his experience as being impossible. But I began to search for information about dragons. Where had they gone all those years ago? And where were they coming from?
So what do you need me to do?
I learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself.
Alright. Anything you tell me about Bleak Falls Barrow?
An old tomb built by the ancient Nords, perhaps dating back to the Dragon War itself. Ah, maybe you just want to know how to get there. It's near Riverwood, a miserable little village a few miles south of here. I'm sure some of the locals can point you in the right direction once you get there.
I didn't know this stone tablet's in the barrow.
We must preserve some professional secrets, mustn't we? I have my sources. Reliable sources.
Alright. How do you enchant weapons and armor?
Student of the craft. You'll need to start by learning an enchantment. Take an enchanted weapon or piece of armor, then use the arcane enchanter to learn its secrets. The item is destroyed in the process, so beware of it. Once you know an enchantment, you'll need a filled soul gem and something to enchant. You'll use the arcane enchanter for that too. Of course, I have everything you need for sale if you have the coin.
Cool.
An old tomb. Ah, maybe... I'm sure some of the locals can point you in the right direction once you get there.
Frickin'... Okay. It automatically came back. Good. Sorry, my freaking...
Well, you must preserve some professionals. I'm not surprised you've never heard of it.
Mic disconnected.
I used to think it was just a myth. Not anymore. The Dragon War was a real event, although only the barest glimmer of the actual events has come down to us. Far back in the mythic era, the dragons were worshipped as gods in Skyrim. Many of the monumental ruins that still dot the landscape were in fact built as temples to the dragons. The details are lost, but at some point, the Nords rebelled. After a long and terrible war, the Nords overthrew their dragon overlords.
Were all the dragons killed?
Oh no. Many were killed, of course, but many survived into historical times. Why, this very palace was built by one of Balgroof's ancestors to hold a captive dragon. Hence its name, Dragon's Reach.
What have you got for sale?
I had you figured for it, Mage. I think you'll appreciate this.
Let's see, we can get belted tunic, novice robes of alteration, novice robes of restoration, or a silver ring. Here are some scrolls, spell tomes, Tome of Entrenach Mark. Mark detonates when struck by a summoned or reanimated minion. Azure Reconstruction. Expend 20 stamina per second to heal a damaged conjured minion. Backlash. Interrupt target spellcaster. If spell is interrupted, Target is hit by their own offensive spells, while non-offensive spells are cast on you. Bone Spirit. Cast a vengeful spirit that hones in on the target and explodes for 50 points of magic damage to undead. Create a magic battle axe for 120 seconds. Sheath it to dispel. Magic sword. Creatures and people up to level 20 won't fight for 60 seconds. Creates a hovering light that lasts for 60 seconds. Steal 6 points of stamina per second from hostiles inside the circle. Shows the path to the current goal. Conjure Avenging Wraith. Conjure Cat Totem. Changes between warrior and cat form to heal. Deadeye Captain. Conjure Dremora Curl. I'm guessing most of these are probably modded from that one mod that has like the 155 extra spells or whatever. So, Dragon's Teeth, Spelltome Drop Zone. It's a ring of cushioning magic at the target location. Character takes no damage when falling into the ring. I don't have any money for like any of these. Firebolt. Frostbite. I don't really have the money for like any of these. Leech Seed. Mage Light. Ball of Light lasts 60 seconds and sticks where it strikes. Interesting. Yeah, there's definitely a lot here. Just, again, I don't really actually have, like, money. Filled with Petty Soul. Filled with Lesser Soul. Greater Soul. Grand Soul. Common Soul. I can sell him apparel and I can sell him books. I mean, I don't really need the Book of the Dragonborn, so... where can I learn more about magic?
Prospective student, are you? Well, I'm afraid I'm not much good at teaching. You should try your luck at the College of Winterhold.
Visit College of Winterhold. Normally I would probably...
You should join the Mages College in Winterhold.
Whoa. Cool. Also, I'm wondering, like, do I need to, Lords of Skyrim. Okay. So one thing I'm wondering, maybe somebody can tell me this. Oh my gosh, there's so many books here. I don't think I'm going to be going through any of those. When it comes to armor, is it more D&D style where, like, you know, I'm currently wearing, you know, this Imperial light armor, right? And like an iron helmet. Like, am I kind of just expecting that this is sort of like the best gear I'll get in the end? Like, it, you know, like in, sorry, I'm trying to think of how to say this. In like Breath of the Wild, like you could pick up like the normal gear, which gave you like 3 armor. You could equip like the Hylian soldier armor, which was like 6. But like the gear never like really got there wasn't ever a, like, this is going to vastly be better, right? So is it more like standard RPG style where I'm going to, like, constantly be finding better gear, or is it more akin to, like, D&D style where it's like, at some point there might be armor that gives you, like, +2 more, and that's, like, amazing, you know, high-level gear, but also you can just run through the game with, like, the basic gear as well, kind of thing, you know? Like, that's the main thing that I'm, like, questioning, is whether it's, whether, again, I'm trying to think of the right way to actually say it, just like, basically does, you know, freaking, like, armor, like, is armor going to be, like, super important? Or should I just expect that, like, at some point I'll basically just have, you know, whatever, and it's not that big of a deal, kind of thing. I don't know if I'm saying that well. Hopefully you get some kind of idea of what I'm trying to say. I don't know if I made any sense. Cooking pots allow you to cook food that restores your health, or provide other temporary effects. Each recipe requires specific ingredients that can be found throughout Skyrim. Okay, so cabbage potato soup for 10 points. Cabbage regular soup. I think this is what I have, right? Yes. Apple cabbage stew. Like, basically, can I wear whatever I want and be fine? Or should I be watching for, you know, when I get a certain, like, amazing equipment type thing? You know? Can I run around the entire game in this gear and be fine? Or do I want to be looking for, you know, the big, you know, armor and the big weapon and stuff like that? I hope that makes sense. I don't know if it does. But hopefully that makes sense and you understand what I'm asking. So, but with that, I believe we now have an idea of where we're headed. There's a lot to do. We can go to Bleak Falls Barrow. We can look at the balance of power. We can do any of these things. You know, so on and so forth. So that is probably what I will probably pick one of those. And that's what we will do in the next episode. Or at least we'll start making our way to doing that, at least, anyway. So, Lava the Feeble. I know how she is.
Your feet need to be quick and your eyes quicker.
Ayla the Huntress. But yeah, I think that's... Oh, hey, that's Jorviskar right there, actually. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this episode. I do hope that you have all enjoyed. Let's see. Nope, hang on. Where's my freaking cursor? There it is. It's so weird. It doesn't, like, want to, like... It refuses to let me, like, leave to, like, to like, exit the you know, Alt-Tab out of the game for some reason sometimes. So... sorry, just something notification popped up, and it was, it like made me, you know, it drew my attention. I swear I can talk, really. Been doing this for 10 years and I still can't talk. Yet there's a lot of YouTubers out there that are like, yeah, I started doing YouTube and it like really taught me how to like speak better. And here I am just like, I've been doing this for 10 years longer. I mean, I've been doing videos in general. I mean, I was doing Twitch before Twitch was even a thing. That was 15 years ago, you realize. Back when it was Justin TV. So, no, almost 15 years ago. I know that my channel is 12 years old on Twitch. And I had a channel for like 2 years, maybe even 3 prior to that. Anyway, that said, I hope you've enjoyed. If you did, feel free to subscribe. You can check the playlist for any episodes you might have missed. You know, get caught up on any episodes you might have missed. I'm trying to say something along those lines. I can't even do an outro. I hate it so much. Links down below to both Patreon and Discord. Come hang out with us, chat, all of that stuff. And I'll see you all next time. See you later.